Hey there, you saw the title of the video, you know what we're doing? Got a broken recoil starter rope, and I'm going to be replacing it today. Now, one of the reasons I'm making this video is because I know it can be pretty hard to get this recoil starter off of there. It can be hard to reach all the bolts, and it might be a little frustrating. It might be easier if you can see how someone else did it. So, let's get to it. I'm going to set you guys back here, where you can see the recoil starter straight ahead on the back of the motor there. And now those bolts holding it on are 5/16. Okay, so the last bolt we need to get at is behind there. I think you can see it there, yep. That's the last one. Let's see if I can reach it. Alright, well, in spite of how that may have looked, that wasn't actually very hard. It took me probably 5-10 minutes to get that off. Not hard at all. Could have been easier, but also could have been a lot harder. So, let's get the old rope out of here. So the trick is we're going to want to pre-wind the spring on this, and we're going to want to back it off as many turns as it'll need to pull all the rope back in and stay under just a little bit of spring pressure. So, turn it in the same direction it would turn if you pulled out the rope, which is this way. Okay, that's about 7 turns. It's starting to have problems. I'm going to stop it at around 6 turns here. And that's just an estimate, of course. So, I'm going to take this new rope, which I purchased on eBay. You can get 7 feet of this on eBay for pretty cheap. It's pretty high quality, designed for snowmobile recoil starters, so it has good abrasive resistance. So I'm going to slip it through here. Okay, you can see the end of the rope has come out. Next thing you're going to want to do is make sure it goes through this hole. Right about here, it'll come in handy to have needle nose pliers. You can pull a little extra material through here, and then try to work that material through here. And if the end of the rope you're using is not melted off like this, you're going to want to melt it off yourself, because that makes it go through so much better. Now I just untangle this rope so that it'll go through all the way. Then pull it through. And tie it off on the end. I usually double knot it just to make sure that it doesn't pull through there accidentally on a single knot. Never had it pull through when I double knot it like this. Okay, now yank it up so that it's firmly in there. And let it recoil. See how far in it goes. Doesn't want to go any further than that. That's probably because the amount of rope in there is enough that it's pressing up against the sides in there. But it does recoil to that point. So that is the point at which we're going to tie off the handle. Okay, so that's about how far it'll pull in. So I'm going to pull a little more rope through here, and I'm going to tie it off. I'm going to double knot it like I did on the other side. Okay, it retracts all the way. Now all that's left is cut off the excess here. And there we have it. Now the last hurdle is getting it back on the four-wheeler, so let's go over and do that. Okay, well that was pretty easy and it didn't take long either. So if you want to tackle this job yourself on your four-wheeler, it should be pretty close to the same thing as this. Overall, it took less than an hour, unless you count waiting a few days for the rope to get here after I ordered it, but now we got a working pole starter.